Coming up next, I'm going to tell you guys all the fragrances I brought with me when I filmed the show, My Mom, Your Dad on HBO Max, now streaming, go watch it guys. But I'm going to show you all the fragrances I took with me to Los Angeles this past summer while I was out there quarantined on the show and totally wowing the other cast members with my fragrances because none of them knew about niche fragrances. So they were just like soaking up like sponges, everything I could tell them. Anyways, I'm going to show you, coming up next, the fragrances I brought with me. Welcome back everybody to Joel the Nose. And as you can see here at Osme Perfumery in Miami, a little bit of a cool rainy day today. That's why I have a vest on, not normal for me here in Miami. But today's video, as you saw from the introduction, what are the fragrances that I brought with me to Los Angeles this past summer when I was filming the new hit reality series on HBO Max, My Mom, Your Dad. For those of you who haven't heard, it's a show about divorced parents getting a second chance at love. But the twist is we all had one of our children with us who were pulling the strings behind the scenes and we didn't know that that was happening. So it's very funny. The creator of The Office is the one who did the show. He's the creator of this show, Greg Daniels. So it's super funny. It's cute. It's family oriented. It's just great fun. Anyways, people have already been asking me on my channel, hey, what fragrances did you wear? Blah, blah, blah. I can tell you, of course, I brought some of my favorite niche fragrances with me. And what was cool was I was the go-to guy. For the women and the men, none of them knew about niche fragrances. So I was like giving them master classes about fragrance and all kinds of lessons in general. And it was such a great time. And now I still communicate with all of them about stuff that I wear. But here, let's get right into this. And this is in no particular order. I'm gonna show you a caveat. I don't have the actual bottle with me, it's at home, but I'll just show you what the bottle looks like. This is Ormond Jane, and the fragrance I had was Zizon. A lot of you who watch my channel know that Zizon is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. It at one time was my quote signature scent when I used to have a signature scent, and it's just so gentlemanly, it's so powerful, it's so classic and elegant. Then I knew I had to bring that with me for filming on the show, and it was a big hit with the ladies. All right, next fragrance I brought was You or Someone Like You from Etat Libre de Orange. This is Mojito in a bottle. I knew I was going to Los Angeles, so I wanted to bring a fragrance that was kind of light, clean, fresh, and fun, and this one filled the bill. I was trying to bring each fragrance I brought was going to serve a specific need for me in my mind when I was going on the show. Next, I wanted to bring a fragrance that I knew was sexy and classic and New York. And that is, of course, New York Intense from Fragrance Du Bois. This one with the oud, with the cinnamon, with just the animalic components. This is one of those fragrances that I knew would be perfect possibly for a sexy date. I knew I'd be going on dates, and this is one I wanted to bring because it's one of my favorite date fragrances. Next, my all-time, one of my absolute all-time favorites, Oudin from Xerjoff. Had to bring this. I've said it before, this is, to me, I did a video that if I could only use one fragrance for the rest of my life, Oudin, the original from Xerjoff, is my pick. It's the most versatile fragrance I have. From going on a date, to going on a sporting event, to exercise, to business meetings, to dating shows or TV shows. This is a fragrance that literally can do it all. Oudin did not disappoint me in Los Angeles. Next, I actually had a 10 milliliter or 15 milliliter sample of Petra. Petra from Masque Milano. I had just received it before I left, and I really, really liked it. And an interesting story, one of the cast members, if you watch this show, his name is Grant. We became really good friends. He was just like learning so much about fragrance. He had no idea, he was like a typical guy, just did not understand fragrance, didn't really wear it much. He loved Petra so much, and one of the women who he ended up dating on the show loved it so much on him that I gave it to him as a gift as we were leaving because Petra worked so well for him and his lady loved it so much on him. So Petra, there you go. Great story about that fragrance. Next, I have the full bottle here from Veronique Gabai. I actually have Cap d'Antibes with me. I did not have a full bottle. I had like 5 or 6 samples that I had gotten from a master class that Veronique Gabai had done here at Osme before I left. So I took those with me, and I had the small decants, and I wore a bunch of them from Vert Désert to Cap d'Antibes to Sexy Garrigue. So I had a really good variety of her fragrances. Again, a lot of those had that kind of Italian Mediterranean feel, which was perfect for Los Angeles in the summer. I also, by the way, I brought some smaller decants and samples of some Chanel fragrances, like one of the newest ones, Le Lion, or Le Lion. All right, next, I actually had another Masque Milano fragrance, Lucy et Ombre. This I brought because it's one of those very soothing fragrances that is so delicious and so beautiful that I wear this one a lot when I want to wind down the end of the day and I need a fragrance that helps me relax. And I thought I'd be out in a television atmosphere for the first time in my life in Los Angeles. This was such a new experience. I wanted a fragrance that I could put on at night that would help me calm down and relax. And Lucy et Ombre did the trick for me. Next, you can see I brought a lot of fragrances with me. By the way, I brought them all on the plane. I had limited room, so I packed them all in bags with like kind of white, tissue paper around them to protect them, and I had them all with me out there. I had Andrea Mack Craft. This is Craft from Andrea Mack. It's one of my favorite skin scents with a cedar base. I love cedar and I love fragrances. You guys know my channel that smell like skin. This, in my collection, is one of the best at that. So this is a fragrance that I wear all the time during the day. I actually had to quarantine, okay, get this, for 2.5 weeks before I went into the show, which was a big house where they put all the parents together. We had to quarantine in a hotel room in Hollywood with no communication basically from the outside world. It was like jail. So I knew this going in, and I wanted a fragrance that I could wear all day, that I love, that just smells great on my skin, that is comfortable, and that makes me feel comfortable and good. And Craft from Andrea Mack is a fragrance that does that. Next, and this one's a little bit surprised. Again, I don't have the exact bottle here, but the bottle looks very similar to this. It's from Malbrum Parfums. I had Tigre du Bengal. Tigre du Bengal. And it's just first of all, the bottle's perfect to be able to take for travel size. These little 30 ml bottles are great to pack away so I can get more selection. It's a spicy, warm amber fragrance that, again, is just kind of versatile and can be worn in any situation. And I loved it because I knew that it would be good for a daytime fragrance if I was going to be going on dates. And lastly, of course, you guys probably could have predicted this one, Desired from Elixir. This still is probably the biggest banger in my fragrance collection when it comes to compliments and dates. It lasts all day, so I knew I could put this on in the morning and be filming all day long on this TV show, all day long, because we were going literally from the minute we woke up until the time we went to bed. I was on camera and on microphone. They recorded everything that happened. I mean everything. So this is a fragrance I knew I could put on and it would stick with me all day, and it would just like literally give me this bubble of deliciousness that I knew the women would like. And sure enough, of all my fragrances that I brought with me, this was the one from the women on the show that got the most compliments, and I'm not surprised. So there you have it. That is my rundown of all the fragrances that I brought with me to the TV show My Mom, Your Dad on HBO and Max, streaming right now on the app, so you guys can put it on your phone, your tablet, whatever. Go watch it. Please, I appreciate your support. I want the show to do really well. I want my subscribers, every single one of them if you can, to watch it. And hopefully you like it. Everyone that's seen it so far loves it. It's really cute, it's fun, and we had a great time doing it. So that's it, guys. I'll be back soon with another video. Peace, love, and perfumes.